But who knows what this is for?
Yeah, we got a problem. So, worst timing ever, pandemic time, and major house problem. Well, minor problem, which entails major repercussions to fix. Fortunately, knock on wood, we can use our insurance this time, unlike the last time. This probably same freaking thing happened. Those of you, I don't remember if this was during guy stuff or not. I think it might have even been before that. I know I did photos of the last time I had to completely remodel our master bathroom from slab to studs because of a leaking shower pan. As of right now, I'll know for sure within the next couple hours. It looks like the same thing is happening here. So, admittedly, I dismissed the wife because for months now she's been saying that the floor out in the living room along a shared shower wall looks like it's a little warped. I swore that it had been that way since we bought it because there are a couple spots. One where there was a prior leak totally separate in the garage at the hot water tank, and they had that fixed years ago before we bought it, and there's a little bit of warping there. And I thought she was just, imagining things. Well, 2 days ago now, she's doing a light dusting of the floor. She gets over there, and it's not only warped, it's wet. There was like little sap bubbles coming between the hardwood. It's bamboo. And I'm like, uh-oh. And there's discoloration and obvious marks. And besides the moisture, there were like little blisters of sap coming up. You'd touch them and they'd pop, and there's like sticky brown water with stuff in it, whatever. I don't know, it's being sucked up through the hardwood. Obviously, it's been there a while. Okay, we got an issue. So, let me show you the situation. We couldn't use insurance last time, as it turns out the entire shower in the other house was self-built by the previous owner. Don't mind the scum, we haven't cleaned. So this is the shower, obviously. My best guess is it's the shower pan, and I've already had a mitigation team over here. He's not the inspector, but our inspector did agree with him that it looks like the shower pan. But I'll know for sure in a couple hours because the leak detection team is on their way right now. And I think it's leaking from around the drain, spreading out that way. The obvious damage is on these two little walls here. This is the wall in the living room with the built-in shelves, and my big speaker is like right on the other side here, and the bubbling and the liquid is along the baseboard right here. Well, the mitigation team found with a moisture detector that it's also along this wall, and that's master closet, and slightly over here. This is the door, and then this is my shooting studio going back that way. So it's seeping, and obviously, it might even, I don't think it would be under here because this is concrete block, but that is slab and just, walls. This is probably concrete dry barred, and then the drywall on the other side. But obviously it's all got to come up. So we've never filed an insurance claim. We are completely new to it, but obviously now researching it and talking to people, we know what we're doing. We did qualify for their in-house program, which gets us a percentage off our deductible, and they cover everything start to finish, including repair. We're on the hook for the actual problem. So if it's the shower pan, we pay for that. If it's a pipe, we would pay for that. I don't think it's a pipe, but they have to find that, and that's what the leak detection team is doing. So I shut this guy off. This is the dehumidifier that they just moved in. It's going to have to be here for a few days, and that's to get this as dry as possible. Best case scenario, they find some of this flooring somewhere because it's all hardwood bamboo. It all has to be ripped up, whatever's wet, which may mean, half this freaking living room. That's probably not going to happen. This is a 2006 house. This is probably not in production anymore, and the shade is probably not going to be the same. We're probably looking at an entire house. All the bedrooms and studio, my office, dining room, living room, everything refloored, completely ripped up. This is glued down to the slab. So the damage you can see down here, it's not as bad as it was the other day because it is dried a little bit, but you can still see how it's coming through. And these are filled with some kind of brown sap, and it was even coming between the slats here. And this is all, of course, black. You can see that's from whatever the moisture is. They will probably rip these off when they get here. Just notice these retouch marks. These aren't from me. That was from somebody else. We'll probably get all new baseboard, of course, with the floor, but the damage goes over to here. And then you can see the slight warping. This is what I thought, you know, she was thinking was in her head, but it wasn't. And it actually goes down there. He found with the moisture detector, it was going down to there. The shower ends about here. So, yeah, not fun. Anyway, it's gonna be a interesting couple freaking months. So the leak detection team just left, and some fairly interesting results, but nothing concrete, no pun intended. The good news, she did confirm no plumbing leaks, so it is coming from something after the water enters the shower. On this master closet side, she did again confirm that there is moisture, and it's definitely coming from that side. It extends out 3 boards down here, but just 1 over here, and just a touch in the corner. This house is 2006, and I didn't even realize it, but now that I look, I can notice it is a sunken, recessed shower. Not much though, only a couple inches. That's why I didn't even really notice it. Anyway, here in Florida, if you have any recess on your shower, doesn't matter if it's ½ inch, you are not required to have a shower pan. And she said she can't even see a shower pan. She doesn't even know if that's a problem though, because she can't detect any leaks directly as a result of possibly not having a shower pan. She's turning everything over to our field adjuster, who may have to come here in person instead of just the video chat to make this determination, but they may have to tear up some tile to verify if there is a shower pan. But she doesn't see anything in the drain, and didn't see anything through the inspection panel, and like she said, it's not required to have one, it turns out. So what she did find was a couple gaps. You can't even see them from this side in the grout, but if you swing over to this side, there is a snaggable gap here going down a ways, but this wall doesn't get wet. The water kind of sprays like down here. It's pretty much straight down. She moved it around. This is how we have it. It just kind of comes down like a rain head and hits mostly the floor right here. So that, I mean, it doesn't even get splashed. And she found the same thing, where was it? She might have been talking about this right here. But again, doesn't get wet. So that wasn't the main cause, at least. What she did find, and visibly so, was a leak at the door. It is leaking right through here where the silicone is kind of giving way, and going straight. You can see right there, we never noticed that. Never noticed that at all. Of course, that gets splashed all the time. And it ended up leaking even out this side a little bit, but mostly going right into the wall. And then of course onto the slab and trekking its way along the bottom of the wall here and here, which is where most of the visible damage is. And it's leaking out this corner also, and she found moisture along this base, and this is where it's slowly trekking to here and just barely getting under the floor in the closet. So here at the end of the first day of work, we're still kind of waiting on a determination. Right now, they said the way forward is keep that dehumidifier on, get everything drying, right? And we basically have to do a litmus test. We're waiting on the adjuster. He's going to get the leak detector report, and he will make a determination if we should fix the silicone on the door and the grout
and then just use the shower, keep using it normally, and they will come out once a day to check and see if things are drying or not. Or if they're going to actually start tearing up the shower, check for the pan, because that could also be part of the problem. It's sucky either way, because it looks like no matter what, the flooring in the house has to all come up. So I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. Might be Monday, might be Tuesday. I don't know if it's going to be the whole house at once or one room at a time. I don't know, but that is going to majorly blow. And I don't know who has to pay for the shower. If it's just re-siliconing and stuff, obviously go to Lowe's, 10 minutes at a time, and that's fixed. Not a big deal there. But if it's a missing shower pan, I mean, that's not something that broke. So is it all on the homeowner that's on the hook for basically rebuilding the shower for thousands of dollars? I have no idea. So, got some work ahead of us. See you next time.